Ooh. Ba-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da. See ya. Wake up and rise, open your eyes. It's breakfast with the Thomases, the ultimate prize. Mental Wellness Monday, work it out Wednesday, pay it forward Friday, we'll season the day. Digital finance, harmony of love, serving food for what those two, rising every beat and it, Eastern on P2GTV. Breakfast with the Thomases, come eat with me.
Yes.
Yeah, Grand Rising, my lovely. How you doing?
Turn up on Friday. Oh, what a day. Grand Rising to you all. Welcome to Breakfast with the Thomases.
Yes.
I am here with the lovely Miss.
Sorry, excuse me, you don't know who I is?
Oh, I know who he is.
I'm Miss Thomas, and because of this man, I'm Miss Thomas. So he got a lot of nerve with him, right, y'all? Look, we're doing this today. Let's go. We got a lot of good stuff to talk about. Some not so good stuff, but when you can manage what's not good, you can do it. You can make it what you want.
You can make things happen.
That's right, and we're gonna do that. Let's make it happen because this is what Pay It Forward.
Pay Forward Friday. So let's get it. Let's bring it up.
Yes, Mr. Thomas, are you ready?
I was ready.
Let's go then.
The entire dollar system and almost.
Okay. See, every time we talk about this.
Oh.
Every time we talk about this stuff.
Okay. Pause it before you start.
Nobody is.
All right.
Okay.
Let's come back in. All right. So I got to preface this. Okay, everybody. It's Friday, and we're going to have to talk about what's happening in the world. Y'all are all hearing about what's happening with Trump and the dealings with the peoples, the Iranians and the Iraqis and everybody who happens to be in a very bad place with this man.
Yes.
I know y'all are all feeling the crunch at the gas pump right now. I know all of you are right now, but most of you don't understand why this is happening. What is the cause of this situation and what the fallout will be? That is why we're having this discussion. If you got somebody in your life right now if you have anybody in your life that's working hard, that's struggling while working hard, that seems like people, it's funny how we'll suffer in silence and then we want to make everybody feel like we're doing good. I know you're suffering. It's not because I'm suffering, because the world is suffering. I know the economic effects of what is going on in my neighborhood. So I know how what happens in DC affects Harlem.
That trickle down.
Next to line. And what we're doing is having that conversation so we could come together and put together our plan for overcoming. That's what you're here for. That's what we're paying it forward for. So we're here for finding out what's going on. So you heard about the Straits. You heard about the Straits of Hamas. You got to know what that means for you in your life, in your pocket, with your family, on your food table. And we got to figure out together what can be done about it right now in your house. So that's why you're here. Welcome to Breakfast with the Thomases. Mr. Thomas, you want to mention something?
I just want to let people know, you couldn't have said it any better because it really relates to your bottom line. With the things that are going on at the Straits of Hamas and the dollar not being accepted as a means of transfer over there, the dollar's coming back home.
Okay.
But
the dollar is called the petrodollar. The
petrodollar, yes.
The only value the dollar has. It's not gold. It's not silver. It hasn't been for over 40 years. I'm sorry, 50 years. I'm 50. Just to let you know. And the fact is, all of my life, we have not had a dollar worth a dime. And so the only value it had held was that of petroleum, what we call oil and gas. And so that is where you want to focus your mind, and you want to really get into the thought process, and then we get into the resolution. Let's go. We're not going to hold it up.
Let's try this one more time.
Love here. Give me y'all a little love. And it ain't all about
dots.
Go ahead. Pull it back up.
Let's put it back in.
Are you having trouble?
Of what comes next. Iran is now allowing ships to pass
That's it. It's
through the strait, but they're charging a toll, not in US dollars, but in Chinese yuan. But before you
drop it to me so it doesn't drop me the link.
It's already in the page.
Okay, cool. We're gonna get this together because apparently we are being thwarted for the showing of this content, and it's important that we understand that our community really gets it. How it is. I want to give some love. We got a brother Black Casper out here. We got people who live their life, their whole livelihood is built on transportation, local transportation, and gas is a real thing.
Yep.
Becomes a very real thing. And for all of us, we need to come together, see what it means, and move forward. That's what the wealthy do. They don't, matter of fact, they orchestrate this and they hope and pray. And actually they know that you're not paying attention.
Oh, they're well aware you're not paying attention. You're just trying to get back and forth and, put food on the table, and that's the distraction.
Your money for gas doesn't get paid to the attendant. Y'all realize that. You're not paying the attendant. You're actually just giving the attendant the money for the people, the wealthy people that own that pump. Try to keep that in mind. So while we think very locally, we got to learn to look globally.
This is definitely a global situation, and understand me that, even with the allies that, let me say this, the intrusions that the U.S. have been making in certain countries for their export, for their natural resources, are not going to affect what's going on currently, because it takes too long to process what's going on in those other countries for us to get the benefits that we're trying to acquire. So they're actually playing a long-term game, but that's going to affect you currently in your current financial situation. So the results have some serious effects, and there are going to be some downturns, but you're going to see in this conversation that we're going. And if Ruby's ready to key up, let's see if we can get it going.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'm almost there. I haven't shared it yet.
Okay, but yeah.
Look, they gonna bring it. Look, you got to remove your share, babe.
Okay.
Yeah, there's too much going on, y'all. Too much going on.
And you got to check news outside of your area to find out what's really going on.
Thank you. That's what
news is always outside of your local area.
That is the key. I'm gonna skip this. Hold on, let's get her in position. Mr. Thomas, your computer was like, nah, I can't do this today. So right now we're gonna get mine up and see what we can do. Let's get it popping. Let's go. Hold up. She muted. Making sure I got all sight sound. There we go. Let's get it popping. Back to the beginning.
Something massive is happening right now at the Strait of Hormuz that threatens the entire dollar system, and almost nobody is connecting the dots of what comes next. Iran is now allowing ships to pass through the strait, but they're charging a toll, not in US dollars, but in Chinese yuan. But before you think this is just another story about oil, it's not. This is a story about the dollars in your wallet, your retirement, your purchasing power. The second the world stops needing dollars to buy oil, the foundation of the dollar itself starts to crack. Most people are going to miss what's happening until it's too late, but I don't want that to be you. So let's break down what exactly is going on and why this moment matters so much. The Strait of Hormuz is a narrow stretch of water where roughly a quarter of the world's oil flows through every single day. And right now, Iran is controlling passage through that choke point. It's one of the biggest reasons why oil prices have been surging, and there's so much pressure on the U.S. to respond. Most people understand that it's a big deal, but they have no idea just how bad it's going to get. In fact, just today, Bloomberg came out saying, and I quote, "The world still hasn't grasped the severity of the situation." But here's what the media isn't telling us. Contrary to Western messaging, the Strait is not shut down. It's still allowing passage of ships as long as they don't pay in US dollars, but pay in an alternative fiat currency such as the Chinese yuan. You might be thinking, okay, so what? What's the big deal? But this is actually one of the clearest signals we have of what's coming next and the system breaking down. See, the dollar hasn't been backed by gold since 1971, but it has been backed by something else. Oil. After 1971, the petrodollar system, or an agreement to price oil in dollars, cemented the dollar's role as the global reserve currency, creating constant demand for dollars. It's what's given the dollar its power, its reach, its dominance. But there's a big problem. See, it's worked for the last 50 years for the US, but it only will continue to work if the world needs dollars to buy oil. If they don't need dollars, then dollar demand goes down, US debt demand goes down. And before I explain how close we are to this happening and how it impacts you, tell me your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think that the petrodollar system's days are numbered? Or do you think that the dollar is too entrenched in the system, that nothing will ever take away its dominance? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, because this is the moment where all of this starts to hit your wallet. The system relies on constant demand, okay? Think about a Ponzi scheme, how a Ponzi works. Old investors are paid with money from new investors. There's no real underlying source of return. So the entire scheme requires that there's constant inflow of funds. The second that that starts to slow, well, then the entire structure begins to collapse. Now, there's a debate about whether the dollar system itself actually qualifies as a Ponzi scheme. If you think it does, drop the word Ponzi in the comments below. But it is a fact that as it stands today, the system requires new debt to be issued to pay off old creditors. And we have long passed the point where any kind of economic growth will keep up with the debt in any sustainable way. It is also a fact that the dollar system today requires that constant demand. New dollars, new treasuries. The second that that demand starts to significantly slow down, what happens? Less demand means higher yields. Higher yields mean more interest on U.S. debt. The more interest, well, the more the U.S. has to spend, and they do it by issuing more debt. More debt means you have to have more buyers, but we don't. We have less. It requires constant demand, constant new debt. And when it slows down, that accelerates the debt doom loop that we are currently in. It is also a fact that the U.S. system requires that constant inflow, more demand, more treasuries. And when it slows down, it starts to break the same way a Ponzi scheme does, okay? Less demand for U.S. debt means the U.S. is forced to raise yields or interest. More interest means it costs more to service the debt. So what does the U.S. have to do? They have to spend more. Well, they don't have it. How do they get the spending? They issue more debt. This is the debt doom loop that I talk about that is not theoretical. It is here right now, and it can only go on for so long. But that breaking point might be here sooner than most would like to admit. Just last week, the auctions for 2, 5, and 7-year Treasury notes all showed weak demand, forcing yields higher. This is the structural breakdown happening in real time. In fact, this exact lack of demand for debt is what has been the catalyst for countless currency debasements throughout history that have led to inflation, rapid inflation, giving way to hyperinflation, and eventually ending in a currency reset or an official currency revaluation, where savers and everyday citizens lose their wealth if it's stored in the paper fiat currency. But I want to be clear, because I know someone out there is probably already commenting, this shift from oil being priced in dollars to other currencies didn't just start with the war in Iran. This has been quietly building for years, and what we're seeing happening today is merely an accelerant. Back in 2018, China launched the Petro Yuan contract on the Shanghai International Energy Exchange, essentially allowing oil to be priced in yuan instead of dollars. This impacted countries like Russia, Venezuela, and Iran, allowing all of them to price oil in yuan. Now, this was not intended to replace the dollar overnight, but it created the infrastructure and the ability for payments to operate outside of dollar-denominated systems. But it doesn't stop there. Over the last decade, China has continued to expand their reach with their own payment system, SIPS, processing roughly 220 trillion yuan transactions in 2025 alone, up roughly 40% year over year. At the same time, they've been working to process trade, not just in yuan, but in physical gold, building the gold corridor, or a series of physical gold vaults all over Asia, with one of these vaults being built right now within the borders of Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, the same country that is at the center of the petrodollar agreement. See, for decades, the majority of global transactions were dominated by the West, controlled by payment infrastructure and payment rails that were dollar denominated, such as SWIFT. But now there are alternatives, whether it's China's SIPS or Project Enbridge, a blockchain settlement network created by BRICS nations as a direct counterweight to the West's control. See, as the United States has continued to weaponize the dollar against other nations, they have banded together and are laser focused on finding ways to get outside of the US and dollar control. And now, with the infrastructure in place, they can do it in a meaningful way for the first time. And what's happening right now with the Strait of Hormuz shows us exactly what's coming next. In fact, Iran has come out and said one of the 5 terms that is non-negotiable for ending this war is maintaining sovereignty over the Strait of Hormuz. This isn't just a wartime improvisation tool that they're using. This is a permanent change that directly threatens the dollar. But most people out there still think that this is just about oil. Yes, oil prices will continue to rise. Yes, it's going to cause pain at the pump. And yes, double-digit inflation could be incoming. But the scariest part is that none of those are going to be as bad as what happens to those holding their wealth in dollars when the dollar-denominated system starts to collapse. If you zoom out and look at this from a big picture stage, this isn't just geopolitics. This doesn't impact just governments or central banks. It impacts every single person holding currency, and not just your savings or the dollars in your wallets. We're talking about the stock market, money mutual funds, annuities. Anything that touches the dollar will be in jeopardy. We have seen what happens, how this plays out in Venezuela, in Argentina, in Mexico, in Weimar, time and time again. It always follows the same pattern, the same currency life cycle. All fiat currencies eventually return to their intrinsic value, zero. And it doesn't happen overnight. It happens slowly at first and then all at once. And we can feel it accelerating today. There will be a day when this becomes obvious to everyone. We're not there yet. Thankfully, as much as I want everyone out there to be aware of what's going on, because when it does become obvious to everyone, that's when people will be scrambling for answers, and that's when it will be too late. But the good news is that if you're already watching this video, you're already aware of the forces that are happening and what is coming next. I was just talking to one of our clients the other day who said, I am so grateful I started working with you all before 2008 because I had my wealth protected then. And that is just a warm up for what is coming next. And at the end of the day, it is that peace of mind that I want for everyone out there. I have it. And it is the best feeling, let me tell you, knowing that I'm protected against what's coming next. Now, if you don't already have that peace of mind, if you don't have a strategy in place or you have questions about what that looks like, every single person's situation is completely different. At the end of the day, there is no one size fits all. But what I can tell you that won't work is sitting around and hoping and waiting that it's going to be okay. Because again, if you study patterns throughout history, which is what we do here at ITM Trading, we study currency resets throughout history, they always follow the same pattern. And where we are today is the time that you don't want to be messing around. And again, hope and wait that this time will be different. Because it won't be. So if you have any questions or you want to talk to someone about your strategy, make sure you have one in place, call us at the number below. You can scan the QR code, or there is a link in the description. Either way, it doesn't matter to me how you do it. I just want to make sure you're protected. And if you don't have it already, everyone should get a copy of our Build to Endure report. It is free. We made it free because we want everyone to have access to this education. It follows 100 years of currency resets throughout time, different situations, how to protect your wealth. Download your copy right now by scanning the QR code, or there is a link in the description below. Either way, get your copy so that you always have access to it and you can reference it whenever you need to. And in the meantime, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. I'm Taylor Kenny with ITM Trading, your trusted source for all things gold, silver, and lifelong wealth protection. Until next time.
Well. There's a few things there that need to be unpacked.
Mm-hmm.
First thing is, and we're going to keep it real simple, if you don't have a plan, get a plan. Let's
No.
Get
Okay.
that in the floor right there.
First of all, I want you to know it's not too late. It's never too late. You have to start now. When you know you have to you got to move. Too many times, the people get stuck in the, I'll wait. Something she said just really, I don't know how many people got kind of riled up by that, but something she said jogged a clear thought that I've had. I've been teaching digital financial literacy for 7 years now. And I've been teaching people about this process happening. We've been talking about it for a long time. It didn't just start.
No.
What happens is I began in 2018. What we taught got accelerated in 2020 due to COVID, because there was at least another 10-year gap before we would see any of this effect, because they could play with the money again. But this time we couldn't, because we got two things. We got the orange man and we got COVID. Those two things heavily affected that trajectory of everything. And when I say the orange man, you got a businessman for a president.
Mm-hmm.
First and foremost interest is building financial empire for himself and his friends. That's okay. I'm going to tell you right now, it's all okay. Because the fact of the matter is, I don't have a love-hate. I have a personal interest. And that's where you should be right now. Most of my folks a lot of my working folks are still on the same retirement pattern. Most of y'all don't realize y'all can't retire. Y'all can't even retire how you thought you could. That becomes the failing. Your fail safe just got pulled apart and you are still acting like it's still there. So it's like taking the leap, knowing that you put the parachute on you and then you put the platform there. Then someone tells you before you jump that the platform is not there and the parachute now has holes, and you still jump. That won't be the case. You are all still jumping the same hurdles the same way, and you're actually wasting time because everybody's still out there trying to make this money. But you just realize you can't get ahead of it, can you, anymore? It's not building, right? It's disappearing faster than you can make it now. And it's, the price of everything. It's the president's fault. It's the this, that, and the other fault. My question is, why aren't you bulletproof? Everybody's not suffering like that. You know, that's funny. That's the first question I asked myself when I started on my financial journey. Everybody's not struggling like I was. What are they doing?
What's the difference? What's the difference between what you're doing, what they're doing?
Right.
And actually, and one of the things that you got to realize is they're looking at everything as a tool and opportunity. We're working on an idea that we got to get ahead of something. There's nothing to get ahead of.
Nah.
You got to be in the financial literacy is a game that requires you to play at the level that you are, but you always got to keep increasing it. Grand Rising, Faye, good to see you in the space. One of the things that you got to realize, and I want people to understand that.
Got our brother Black Casper as well.
Yeah. You're not. It's not. We said it earlier. You're not too late. You're not too late to get in the game.
You have to shift that.
Just a
You gotta
shift.
shift your mindset right now around your finances, around what you're doing, what you're gonna do, what you thought your plan was gonna be. This world, the damn country don't even look like it used to when you were thinking about it.
Yeah. They got plans from 1950 running in 2026. That is not going to go down well.
No, that look, let me tell you something. I don't like to instill fear. I'm trying to let you know this is just how it is. Remember when your parents, you're like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that, and your parents was like, be realistic. Remember that people tell you be realistic, you gotta be realistic.
It's time to be realistic.
You're going to get your dreams. How you looking today? Because they understood what the requirements of the world were. You didn't, because of your current position. You were in a care position, being cared for, so you could have anything you want while they bust their butts to make sure you had stuff you took advantage of. So you thought you were going to have your dream. And today you have a job, or you have services that you get, or you have a business that you're killing yourself with, and it don't seem to be getting ahead. You also have a level of financial literacy that was set up by a system to keep you paying it. Now the dollars in that system stopped working a while ago.
Yep.
So you decided working harder to get more of those was going to be the answer.
Working harder to get less is not the answer to the problem.
Yeah.
But working harder to move what you have and educate beyond what you have, the common knowledge of, I got to go to work to go to school to get a good education, to get a good job, so I can cover my retirement package, which is the 401k that everyone talks about, is changed to, I got to go to work, I got to go to school to get a job, to get a business, either get a business that's going to pay me or learn how financial literacy really works and take advantage of the system and stop having people do it for you.
Okay, one of the things I need to make sure we're not separating, because I think this gets to be a little confusing. We're not telling you do one or the other. We're telling you that you need financial literacy because your bottom line of working is making money, but you don't know what to do with the money, and it disappears like that. Now, what we do is we don't develop anything. What we've been doing is learning systems and teaching them. What I developed was a way where people can actually get the idea and understand it. It's not I'm going to teach you how to trade. I'm going to teach you how to this. I'm going to teach you how to that. I'm going to teach you how all of this stuff makes sense, like kindergarten to college.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to grow instead of 12 years, you're going to grow in 12 weeks. Piece by piece. Physically watching and dealing with and making it happen, because the fact is ain't nobody holding your hand out here in this world. And the fact of the matter is we're all dealing with different levels of poverty. Some of y'all got more money than others. That means that you just have more financial fiduciary responsibility. You know what that means? That just means that you're in more debt issue. That means you got more invested in the debt.
Your debt number is different than someone else.
And for my people who say money isn't everything, let me explain something to you, boo-boo. You right, money is not everything. Try going without food, clothing, and shelter. Tell me how you gonna get those things. Because you can't live off of somebody else who money matters to when money don't matter to you.
That's it.
Ain't nobody gonna be out there working and struggling so that you can live scot-free. See, the thing about it is, it's cold out here. This is one of the colder, in a very long time, this is one of the colder springs we have had in a very long time in New York.
And you notice we got sweaters on, right?
Okay, I still got my hoodie on. I didn't switch over to the t-shirt. Okay? And we got t-shirts. But the fact of the matter is, baby, you still living the way you living, and you have the one thing that you're doing. Your opposition is that you have fear. There's no time for fear, baby. People, I tell y'all, we come together every Wednesday. And I love this because proof in the pudding, if you would like to see what's going down. We got people who put the 12 weeks in, did the program. They made it happen. They was like, yo, Miss Ruby, let's do this. They're called the golden ticket cohort or the golden ticket class, and they are graduating this weekend to show what they would learn from day one to now. See, when you come through the program, you got to have a few things: expectations, new skills, property, some funds, actually building every day. I like that. Funds when you sleep. You leave the program with funds when you sleep. Because that's the thing. Y'all sitting here working yourselves to death, not getting enough sleep. Your money's supposed to be helping y'all, but y'all don't know how to do it. Our platform, we study this thing called no lazy money.
No lazy money.
We do no lazy money on the platform. Because I don't know how about many of y'all can afford something in your life to just be lazy. Especially when you work hard for it.
You have kids in your home, you yell at on a regular basis for being lazy and not, picking up the slack or you out there grinding. So if you can, take that same energy, for lack of a better term, as the people call it, take that energy and put it into something else. Come on. And I gotta say this, and this has been ringing bells in my head all week long.
Mm-hmm.
We're on Breakfast with the Thomases with you guys, and one of the things, this is a conversation that needs to happen at everybody's table. That's right. We don't do this just because it's something that came across that. Essentially, this came across our table because we are having morning conversation, and we said we need to talk about this. But
started shifting.
Yeah, this is stuff. Wealthy people talk about money at the table with their kids, and they don't leave it out. Growing up at my house, my mom wouldn't talk about money because it's none of your business. And this, I want people to get right now. Money is everyone's business.
Everyone's, even your children.
Everyone
have this discussion.
The kids in your house or the people who reside with you should not think money grows on trees anymore. That is the misconception that we had going on in life. And I want you to realize it grows, but only if you grow it. It requires you to prune that tree on a regular basis. And it has nothing to do. The tree was a facsimile. We just didn't know it. We just thought it was a real thing. It grew in the backyard. Hello, it grows inside your mind, in your accounts that are growing. I want people to look at this one other thing. Warren Buffett, one of the wealthiest financial men of our day, sold half his shares in all his financial institutions and so are locked into stable assets so he can make the next transfer for the next move.
He would be prepared for this move.
He's preparing. I'm just telling you, prepare. Prepare now, because if the wealthy are preparing, the banks and the central banks are going to gold and silver, and you're still pushing the stuff that folds and jingles in your pocket.
You're paying for their gold and silver preparation, and you're paying for their crypto preparation. You're paying for that stuff. And if you don't have it, these things aren't things that you've acquired, it's time for you to learn how to. It's time for you to learn digital financial literacy. Y'all gonna have to learn how to handle the digital part, the security part, the mathematical part. Y'all need to learn. Y'all have to learn about the new skills so that you can even shift your job. I love it because we do AI basics, whereas we use AI and see how to use it strategically, one piece at a time. How to research, how to find resources on your own, utilizing what's available. See, the problem is that too many people don't have time to teach what we've taken our time to develop for you all. And we invite you guys. Okay, well, I don't want to stop this. So QR code is up. For those who are on the non-visuals, I'll share with y'all. Our QR code is up. That's the link to take you straight to the to event. So sign up so you can get in on this graduation. We are not joking. We're going to be doing a meta graduation, not on Facebook Meta. It's the metaverse. You'll be introduced to a metaverse called Spatial, where we have been developing, the students have been developing the space. They've created their own little universes to show and share with you. But before that, you'll be present for an actual live ceremony. Some of you all, I just was made aware that this is Easter weekend. I really don't care. Your financial degradation is not taking it Easter weekend. There's no holiday for poverty.
There is not.
There are bank holidays, but there's no holiday for your poverty. There's no holiday for learning, getting that one chance to come in for free and learn what's available in the world. That will not that does not stand. So while this is on a Saturday, not a Sunday, take your time. Make the time. Make the time to do something different, to be in a different space. On our website, you'll be able to get information about all the courses. We do Wednesday nights are community action weekend, Wednesdays. Why? Because we got to have these discussions. You all are broke for generations. Y'all know that, right? You are generationally broke. Why? Because you don't have the information to pass on. You have the same information that keeps you in the hole that's going to keep your children in the same hole. They're going to follow in your foothold. Now, while every child is not going to do what their parents do, even if their parents are wealthy and successful, every child's not going to do it. You at least have a chance to have given them a conversation to take into consideration going forward. It is time that you all sit, that no longer it is just not the wealthy, but is the community that is sitting at the table having these financial conversations. What's going on with the economy? What's happening with the money? What kind of investments? What are we doing with our finances? What's the future? Some kids know, some young people know that there is a will. Some young people know that there's no will. Some know that they're not in the will.
Yeah, that's something too.
How many of you have actually put together a will? How many
How
of
do you know what a will is? Let's get.
How many know about trust? Confirmation. I need you all to realize that the world has only changed because we've become more aware, but it's really still the same place we really were. You just didn't know. And now that you know, you can't unknow this. You can't unlearn it. You may not like it. You might feel lazy. You might be down about yourself, but this is still how the world works.
You know,
I told you back in the day, I asked that question. That's what started it all. After you've been busting your butt for 40 years, working hard to find out that you don't own anything, the first question that coming to your mind is, hold up a second.
What the hell? Sorry.
How did that happen? And wait, what's the difference? Because when I looked around that morning, going to the doctor's appointment, I was on my way to a doctor's appointment, and I looked over at Central Park, and there were people on a Tuesday laying on the grass, reading books at 10 a.m., just in the sun, chilling out, walking dogs, everything. And I'm asking myself, what do they know that I don't? What is how am I busting my butt to get to the doctor's appointment so I could get back to work? Because at that time, I was never out there. I was already at work by 8:30 in front of my desk. I didn't leave that place until 6:30. I was there before the sun really got up, and I was there about the time the sun went down. So I never got to see the sun. And when I did see it, I was in a hurry to get somewhere to get back there. Anybody, does that sound familiar to anybody?
So it's called a grind, girl. That's called a grind.
And baby, let me tell you, I was the best at it. I'll share that with you. I don't grind anymore. I build. I teach others to build from their grind. We have to learn to think a new way. We got to learn to speak a new way about life. I was grateful at the time that I left my last job. I was very grateful to be getting $20. My boss came to me, my former boss came to me and told me, he says, Ruby, you are doing phenomenal. I must have been there for 3 months. My 90-day review, I didn't even think about that. He pulled me in the hallway. I thought I was in trouble. He goes, you're amazing. I don't know if you noticed. He says, we want to say we appreciate you being here. I thought I was about to get the boot, y'all. They appreciate me being there because my work ethic was consistent. I wasn't an employee holding my head down just trying to show up to get the paycheck. See, what they didn't know about me was that at night for 2 years before I met them, I had been figuring out this money game. And I realized something while I was at home and I was shuffling and we were making that little business work and it was just not consistent and steady enough, right? You know what happened? I figured out the money game. I figured out it wasn't a amount of that I put in. It was what I did with the finances after I got them. And you know what I figured out while I was in that? I needed to get some more money on a regular. That's all. I just need to make it regular. Because what I saw myself doing, I saw myself flipping finances. I saw myself when I saved, I had stuff. I was growing assets. I was figuring it out. And it was coming together. And I was like, oh my God, this is what happens if you have a, why do people with jobs not just, we just not like, you should be blowing up. If you got a job, people had better jobs than I did. I said, people made more money than I did. Why they don't know this? Why don't they know that you can give yourself a raise without even talking to your boss? Why don't you know that you can be grateful for going to work? Because when you go get your paycheck, you already got a raise, even after paying taxes. What? Oh my God. Miss Ruby, no. Until we sitting in class and we seeing stuff that just you would never believe. Because there's a whole new financial world that we've been told is, first we were told it was a scam. Remember y'all was told crypto is a scam? We were told the blockchain, oh, it's not safe. There's a lot of scammers, right, Mr. Thomas? There's a lot of scammers. People come to get your money. And some of us actually got scammed. Some of us got scammed. And when I say us, I have to count myself. I got scammed 3 times in this whole situation. Guess what? So what? I learned my lesson and I kept on growing. There's more to it, boo-boo. That's why the scammers want that. That's real money. They want to get it from you because it's worth something. So your job is to learn how to secure the bag. And when I say secure the bag, not just go out and make money. See, because that's the thing y'all miss at those rappers. They're like, yo, you better secure the bag. Secure the bag. It's true security, like protection. Because it ain't all about making money. It's about acquire, build, protect. Let's remember that. Acquire, build, protect. That's how that works. And those are real steps. Those are real skills you have to learn to employ on a regular basis. All I did, I learned how to do it. Know what I found out? My protection, my security was low. So what did I do, Mr. Thomas?
We took on learning how to do it. We took on new safety protocols, and we took on increasing our education around what safety and security really meant.
Yep.
We have a misconception. We think if we put a lock on the door, we're safe. That's why they have the term burglar. Burglars know how to get around.
You put a lock on your door, they go and take it off the hinges. They take the door off the hinges. I'm like, yo, guys, I need y'all to get it. It's about learning yourself how to build the better mousetrap for
all the time.
How to build a moat around your stuff for you, not for me to build a moat, because then I could get into your house. I know how to get in. Just to let you know, it's available for everybody. A lot of these platforms that sell you silver and gold, they don't want you in the crypto. That's that stuff, because you don't know what you're doing.
Yep.
It's like gambling. We don't gamble. We teach you how to move, how to maneuver. We work with you on how to be confident in a space, because it's a community thing. It's not about us. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on. We have a lot of stuff going on. Like, people are having events. They're doing big things. I'm like, we needed to learn to stay focused. What we do is we teach. The events come from what we teach.
Yep.
A lot
we get invited to events for what we teach.
Yeah, we do. And we're actually looking to bring it more to our community, because our families, people in our community are missing this. Technical training, understanding how crypto works, how your phone works, how your technology works that you're using, how to keep safe, how to add safety protocols to your life, how to be able to know who to pick up the phone from, what to answer, what not to click. That's important. Most of y'all are just giving away all your info.
What to say, what not to say, most definitely.
Yes. What calls to pick up. I'm getting all kinds of stuff in the mail. Anybody get that stuff that people been saying, oh, that don't answer these numbers and stuff, but do you know how to verify that? See, that's the stuff that helps you to build. Those are the skills. If you take them to a job, you now have a new intrinsic value.
Because the same numbers that they're using to scam you are the same numbers they're using at the other companies. Some of them 866s, 877s,
Well,
800
we're
numbers.
not going into cyber safety right now.
No.
But you can come to class. The goal is to get you guys out your mindset. So some of y'all leave the location and still trapped in the same groups of people in a different location. Y'all done left the location, but all y'all still thinking the same. So since we talked to people about this is the new conversation. P2G. Y'all better come to P2G. Come on out and see what's going on. We give you free Wednesdays and free Sundays. 7 o'clock each day, 7 p.m. Come in, turn on a Zoom, and ask questions. Get your heart lightened. Ask how this works.
I like that, babe. I like that.
You know what I'm saying? Because the fact is ain't nobody that can say, ain't nobody coming to save you, boo. You have to learn the moves to save yourself and not just tread this water, but swim. Just keep swimming is the reality. But all of y'all y'all are swimming, but moving backwards. And we showed you why. Let me tell you something. Y'all think that all this big war stuff ain't got nothing to do with us. All of this ain't, I'm here in Harlem. I'm not going to enlist. You don't have to enlist. You were enlisted in the things that in your pocket, that you hold in your pocket. You got enlisted when you started spending dollar bills. When you made dollars your livelihood. That's when you got enlisted into the war. Whether you like it or not, I don't give a damn. I don't agree with Trump. Boo. You in for a penny, you in for a pound. You are American. You are of America. You are American. It includes you too. No matter what level you are, including the people on the street begging for the dollars. Our thing is can you stay focused on where you are and what you want long enough to get what you want and mind your own business? Manage your life into your dream. Not the one that you had 20 years ago when you started your job. Talking about I'm gonna have a good retirement. Those days are over, boo. Your retirement package? This is for all my union, non-union, got a package, you've been at a job for over 15 years, 10, 15 years. If you don't stop and pay attention to what's happening with the dollars today, you just giving away the next 10, 15 years of your life for free. And that's if your company survives this. Why, Miss Ruby? Why do you say that, right? Got a question. Now, this is where I got to say, shout out to my brother, Black Casper, on the line. He is in the house. He is one of the many people who do what we call logistics. He's a truck driver. He transports goods to and from communities to make sure you got food and your supplies. Now I'm going to ask you a question. With the price going up for gas, how many of y'all just going out all willy-nilly and going to the movies these days? You know, if you want to invest in a business right now, the best business to invest in is streamers. You know why? Because ain't nobody going out, taking their car out to go drive. It costs you more to go on a date. Date night is happening at home. So y'all should look that up. Things like Netflix and Disney and all of those that stream, they're about to hit big. You know why?
Yep.
Because ain't nobody spending the gas that it take or the money to get in a cab, because that's going up again. Sweet pea, we keep forgetting all this stuff affects each other. Then the price of food is going up, so you're eating at home. If you can get this brother to the community to get you the food in the first place.
Go ahead.
Drivers gotta be able to get that gas in their car. Oh, let's go. Wait. When the truck drivers get price go up, so does the price of food. Oh, you ain't thinking. Y'all all talking about holidays. Guess what? How y'all travel, boo? You travel by car? There's your gas money. There's your food money, because y'all all eat on them long distance roads. And the price of food is going up. Why? Because the price of their gas went up. Come on, boo. What else? What else goes up? Let's talk about it. Oh my God. Hotel stays, air flights. Oh, please. Those are please check it out now. I need you all to check this out right now. Go look at the price of air and check it. Yeah, where y'all check it? This is what we do. I'm gonna give y'all activity. I want you to go and look up the lowest price flights you can find, going to somewhere you love going during the holidays. Right now, go off season, right? Off season. Go take a look at the lowest price. I want you to wait a couple of days. When I see you Monday, we'll come and check this in. Come Monday, I want you to tell me what the price is. Oh, tell me what the price is. Tell me if the price went down or went up. Do you know why I'm saying this? Because we don't think that way. You don't think that has something to do with you. You don't think that wait, eggs are this week, and then it's gonna be this what week because they can't get to you. You don't think that the local farmers are gonna raise their price. They don't need none of that. They might need the fertilizer and stuff, but farmers got a lot of stuff that's going on locally. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They do a lot of stuff. They do their best to like alternatives, but they still need some things brought in. That's the other thing. You got some farms that have to shut down because of the price of oil. Why? Because how we still investing crops. Planes.
Yep.
Anybody think about that food supply? And in this, I can tell you now.
All logistics. It's all logistics.
If you want some proof, Bill Gates just got he just got autonomy, the ability to mass produce bio meat, lab grown meat.
It's called cultured meat.
Sweet peas, you now have to check for that. No, Miss Ruby's not lying. Look it up. I did before I said the word, before I even came back out to share with you. I checked. Please. It's scary. Yes. Mass produce and distribute lab grown meat. So when you go to things like Kroger's, Walmart's, Key Foods, you have to check the label tight and closely. It will say things like bio, and it actually doesn't have that in there. It's the
word is cultured. Culture.
No, it's not cell. It's cell culture. You look for words like cell. Now, CELL. Got it? Because they have to tell you. It's just like farm raised or
lab raised.
Yeah. In this case, they're not going to say lab raised. They're going to say pretty words like cell culture. They're going to say pretty words like biocultures. My dears, it's already been prepared for. We told you. The stage has been set. The plays have been prepared. You are just here to walk into them because you don't know. It's time to come to a conversation that makes you, one, aware of what's happening around you, two, in action that you can take, and three, consistently able to detect and protect yourself.
It's funny how much we made a big stink over it when we found that overseas is doing bioengineered foods like China, and even we make jokes about the eggs being produced in plastic. Now it's on your doorstep and it's being made big news. I want you guys not to think of it as being one-sided, but I want you to realize your health is a financial system. You being healthy or unhealthy is a wellness fortune that they want to make sure they keep going. So if they can bioengineer something either keep you going or keep you set back, the game is still in. The game is just turned.
Well,
the game is just turned.
I'm trying to make sure we understand and we start learning how to connect the dots ourselves. Most people who come and go, the ones that drop the line or they come in and they go, they're so this, that, and the other. Good luck and God bless. I want you to do well. I want you to make it through. We told you that, Project 2025 was played for 25 years. It was 25 years that plan had been being put together. Donald Trump was just a pawn. He's a piece. He's a piece on the board. It wasn't him, but it is his people. It is the people who run the world. My question is if you ran the world, would you not be placing things in place for your benefit into the future of your generations and family?
Look, this is a chessboard. Where you on it? Are you at the front as a pawn, taking the shots, or are you on the hole in the back run, making the decisions? Queen, king, bishop. And it's funny. I say that, but I mean it literally. If you think about it, the king is the president of the company, queen is the VP, the bishop is the church. Come on,
Sound like America to you?
sound like America.
One of the things that in the video, Taylor Kenny was asking, he said, "Do you think the dollar's a Ponzi scheme?" I want you guys just to recognize something. Social Security. Now, she defined the Ponzi scheme. She said you need new dollars to pay the old. So you need the new people who come in money to pay the old people who were in there before. Can I ask a question? Anybody look at the Social Security system? All these young people pay in so that older people can get paid until there's no more money coming in. And then the people, as they get older, there is nothing. Nothing. That's it. Game over. We told you the Social Security system is going to implode. Why? There's no more funding.
Officially in February, it was opened up to trading on the DXY. Yeah, it's been officially open.
Wait. What's officially open? You have to speak.
They're the 10% of Social Security that is actually being traded on the DXY.
Wait a minute. They gambling with your Social Security.
10% of it.
Okay, wait.
So every dollar, 10 cents of your money is on the exchange being played with. So they can keep it going.
And if it doesn't make money?
Oop.
Okay, guys, I need you to do yourself a favor.
Go look it up.
I'm one of those people who go, I do bad by myself. I do not need someone else to do bad for me. Third-party hands for things like that is not good. And Miss Ruby, the first thing people tell me is, Miss Ruby, I don't have hardly any money. No, you don't see what you have. That's all. You don't know what to do with what you have. You don't know what you can do with what you have. We have such amazing, because of what we do and how we do it with DeFi, with these new sessions. And y'all, it ain't all shut down. I need you to get that. It's not shut down at all. There's a hurry to get control of this thing. Why? Because apparently people are getting out and wealthy and really secure. That's not good for the powers that be. They don't want anybody to learn that. Well, we can't have y'all sufficient and no middleman. We not middleman and y'all to our millions. In the meantime, what are you familiar with doing with your finances? You work, you pay taxes, you pay your bills. That's what you do. And you save. You save in some instrument, somebody somewhere might be doing something for you. Y'all get that, right? That's what retirement package looks like. It's somebody somewhere might be doing for you. You're not maneuvering, making decisions over that package. You're not. They love to give you a bag of investments, but never know what's in the bag. It's a certain class. All of it connected to what we just
indexes.
Get this. All of it connected to the dollar. And what's happening to the dollar? And some of you tell me, oh, I got gold and I got silver. I got some gold and silver contracts. Again, those are dollars. You need to understand the rules around those. Y'all don't know it. You don't take the time to learn the rules around it. So it's time to come to class and to learn how to not only see that, but how to quickly be able to resolve it. We do everything in our financial literacy class. We are in 4 phases, 12 weeks, and we make a difference. And you'll be able to come see and meet some of our students on Saturday. Saturday at 12 p.m. noon, you just click the link right here. P2G is inviting you all to come to our...
Get your camera out, hit the QR code.
Our Metaverse graduation is called the Gold. We have the Golden Ticket class. They are the very first. These guys were sponsored by the P2G network. You know, we had some rough times, some things that went down, but P2G has made it possible that literally over, over a dozen people were able to get into this space and learn how to shift their life forever. They have real skills they can now take to their next levels. And I love it. So for my people who teach these next levels, y'all need to get in touch with me because I got some folks that need to reach out. Coming from my friends, you can either be down or you can be doing your own thing. And it's all right either way.
Either way.
I feel like networking is a lot better. Networking makes things stronger. Who you are changes what you have, where you go in life. And a strong network with people who got really real skills definitely is something that you want to consider. I'm really excited. I wanted to make sure my students came to y'all with some real skills. This time, some of them are coming back to y'all because they left you and they were confused. So don't worry if you get a phone call because somebody went to Miss Ruby's course. We'll see you soon. And with that, I got to say, guys, have a wonderful, wonderful day. Come on, we can't wait to see you all on. I'm just letting you know you can view this. This is the streaming party that you're going to get. That one's in StreamYard. You guys will be able to watch it from wherever you are at any time. We start at 12 noon is the ceremony. You guys get to see the actual ceremony. And if not, you're able to come into the, you'll be able to follow through to the space where we'll be showing you what they have created. Our students have done a phenomenal job and they are now skilled and practiced in this space. So with that, I want to say thank you, Mr. Thomas. Got to give you some love. Mwah. Thank you, baby, for being with me. Thank you all for being with us on Friday, on this Pay It Forward Friday. It has been so important that we do this as a community and we give you this. We have to pay it forward. We got to give you the gift to take home and keep giving away. We love you so much. Peace and love. See you tomorrow.
All platforms.
12. That's right. Baby.
Ooh, ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da, see ya. Wake up and rise, open your eyes. It's breakfast with the Thomases, the ultimate prize. Mental Wellness Monday, work it out Wednesday. Pay it forward Friday, we're seizing the day.